Welcome back, everyone, PGF fans, and all of you that love the Egghead Scramble podcast. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, or sorry, TV dinner. I screwed that up, didn't I? Well, that's what happens when you're live. Regardless, TV dinner. Anthony Parker Salisbury will be with us shortly. He's flying to Charlotte currently, or I think he just might have landed, and so he'll be with us as soon as possible. He's actually competing tomorrow. I saw a nice little photo posted by his mother about his weight cut, and he was not having fun. As well, we don't have fun when we cut weight. But I believe he's ready for competition and he's ready for his interview. He just has to get to a space where he has some Wi-Fi, some internet, so we can have a clear internet connection. But that gives us a bit of a moment to speak amongst ourselves, and that's okay. We can do that. We can talk. So let's do a little recap, if you will. We've had 3 different qualifiers already. We obviously we're going to talk to Anthony Parker Salisbury, the TV dinner, the winner of the Twisters qualifier. Obviously, we also will talk. Eventually, I know we'll get him on here. I had the pleasure of watching Sam Schwartzefeld, or Schwartz, as you know. The PGF likes to call him, because he's a little easier. He's a little easier. I mean, I'm all about the government name. I'm all about that. Your chick name and all that stuff. I'm all with that. I mean, that qualifier in Pasadena was amazing. Luckily that was only just about a 2-hour drive for me, so I was able to be there watching it live. I'm telling you, if you have not seen that on the PGF, I don't know how you even got here if you haven't seen that yet. But it's amazing. Please go check it out. They were fire matches. I mean, and I have a feeling it kind of had that feel of like the Las Vegas qualifier for last season, where you just had this sense there's going to be a number of people from that qualifier that I think we will see again. I have a feeling some of those folks might make it into the free agent pool, even though they did not win. But Sam Schwartz, man, I mean, made the playoffs in season 5. Came back for season 6, came back for season 7. He did amazing. Already a collegiate wrestler, All-American at the, at the community college level, and then ended up at NYU at his very end, wrestling. But has always been great. Always had that passing ability. Always had like that dynamic ability to be very quick, and had that passing. And it seems like he's turned that into just a fully complete game. I mean, he was already great doing his truck game, but he just seems to find that quick pass straight to the north-south is kind of his home base, and runs a whole bunch of games off of that. And he's leveled up. I'm telling you right now, Sam Schwartz, he's going to go high in the draft. He's somebody to look out for. And he's got the experience of the PGF as well, and that does a lot for folks. So I think Sam Schwartz is going to do amazing things. Travis Haven, we're going to work with him. I have some feelers out, talking to him a little bit. We're going to get him on here. He's going back, ping-ponging back and forth between Oregon and Ohio. He obviously had at the Jiu-Jitsu Invitational a phenomenal run. And here's a fun thing. I mean, I think it's kind of the vast majority of the time our qualifier winners do just win it all out. But Sam just dominated. Freaking Travis, I think he might have been on the mat less than like 6 minutes total. It was insanity. And Parker also did just a phenomenal job. We'll talk more about him in a moment. I think he's actually hopping on now, and so my producer CJ, the firstborn, will be joining him in here in a minute. But while we have the chance, let's just talk about this for a second, guys. Tomorrow is the Dallas PGF qualifier. I mean, you might have seen some crazy cowboying by one Egghead with admittedly some AI involved. Telling you about it, but Octagon MMA in Dallas tomorrow. Come on, if you're a 175er and you're within driving distance of Dallas, hit the road now. Just go. I mean, the opportunity, it might not be here again for you. So seize the bull by the horns. Come on. Yes, like the producer CJ isn't saying in there, like Pan Am, Scarface, the world is yours. Make it happen. Of course, just before we get to Parker here in a second, just remember that after the new year, beam yourself up to the Philadelphia Phenoms, the Philly Phenoms qualifier. That's in January 17th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, coming up, and then of course the final qualifier, the Las Vegas Kings qualifier, their second one, will be January 24th in Las Vegas. I'm telling you right now, that Las Vegas qualifier, I have a feeling that's going to be just fire. That's going to be like, if you know what, maybe you're a G. Maybe you're like, you know what, I want to go to the hardest qualifier possible. And so, you know what, I will wait until the Las Vegas qualifier. Whew, I'm telling you, if you do, every time I've seen a Vegas qualifier, it has been straight fire and it's been tough. And we've seen really powerful people come from there. So, you know what? Maybe that's you. Maybe you want to say, I want the hardest competition possible. And there you go. Go to the Vegas qualifier. If you want maybe an easier road, go to Dallas tomorrow. Go to the Phenoms in the 16th. Um, None of it's going to be easy. Everyone wants it, and I think we've seen that. And actually, I'll move this a little bit. I think we've seen that from all the qualifiers. Everyone, they know the mission now. They know it's all about the subs. It's all about putting on a show. The secret is out, folks. You're not one of the few anymore. You're one of the many, but you could be one of the few PGF participants if you go to a qualifier. And even if you don't win, I'm telling you, you will be recognized if you put on a show. We had some guys that did not win at all in Pasadena, but I've already seen all kinds of shine on them and Instagram, etc. And as it should be, because we had some fire matches from people that did not win, but they put their heart on the line. It was amazing. So, just saying, put up or shut up, guys. If you're a 175er and you're saying you're the real deal, head to one of these qualifiers. All right, CJ, I know he's out there, so why don't you bring on the TV dinner, Anthony Parker Salisbury? Let's talk to him. Hey, there he is. Well, CJ, you didn't have to bring him on when he had just ate a bit of food. I mean, he's weighed in, I hope, and so he can actually eat now. Is that right, Parker?
I did just literally just weigh in 30 minutes ago. I was a little so thankful that the guys at ADCC let me weigh in while being 30 minutes late. So man, I'm so thankful for that.
Now he is on his way to being fat and happy. Hopefully, I'm sure Mama Salisbury gonna make sure that happens. As us parents do, we always like to feed our kids. That's one of our favorite things. So you're in Charlotte now, is that correct?
Yes, I am in Charlotte right now.
Okay, so I said this a little bit. Oh shoot, I might have said it before I actually got on the screen. But we're gonna do something a little bit crazy here. Okay, you're pretty dang young. I'm pretty sure you were not alive in 1994 when Pulp Fiction premiered in the movie theaters. I will not admit how old I was at that point in time because that will age me, and we already know I'm old, so we're not going to do that. But something Quentin Tarantino did that I really appreciated was he ran the credits, the full credits, before the actual movie. And so we're going to do something a little wild here, and we'll see if this, see if people cancel me or not for it. I actually want to take you through your sponsors and the people that you care about first. We'll get to the qualifier. We'll get to the PGF. We'll get to all that stuff. Don't worry about it. And fans, come on, guys. You know, we'll get there. Don't worry about it. But I'm gonna make you wait a little bit because I'm gonna give Parker his chance here. To talk about people that he cares about. So let's talk about your sponsors. Like from like First Roll Gear. What's that about?
First World Jiu-Jitsu Gear was originally one. It was originally one of the smaller companies out of Oklahoma, but it has become a really big company, like pretty widely known because of his sponsored athletes. One of them being me, and he brings just the best quality gear you could possibly buy. And I definitely recommend it. Obviously, since I'm sponsored, I have a code. Go use Parker15 at firstworld.com.
All right, and CJ, my eldest and my producer, has that QR code up for you guys. Remember, use Parker 15. He's got it in there. Screen cap this, etc. Go check it out. Hey, the heart of America, Oklahoma. Gotta love it. It's got red dirt and beautiful women, way more beautiful than they deserve. And this is coming from a Kansas guy or a guy that was raised in Kansas, now Colorado. All right, so let's go to Hype Nola. This actually, I saw this and meant a lot to me because I visited it when you sent it to me. Tell me a little bit about Hype Nola.
They are they're a really good brand that obviously is sponsoring me on the back of my t-shirt. And for some reason I'm blanking.
It's okay. So Nola is harnessing youth's potential and energy. Remember, folks, Parker has just weighed in, and so he's a little depleted. Plus, he's 17 and he's traveling, so we'll come a little slack. But anyways, Hype Nola, harnessing youth's potential and energy. It's a nonprofit mentoring organization based in Marrero, Louisiana. That's on the West Bank of New Orleans. So in New Orleans, it's called the Crescent City. It's got the Mississippi River going through there. And so on the East Bank, which is, it turns, so it's kind of weird how it goes around. But on the West Bank, as it's called, Marrero is a place there. And so I've seen the website. I follow them a little bit, and it's just a seriously positive thing that they do for the youth there. And if you have a chance, I mean, we're at year end, and so there are tax deductions for charitable giving. And so if you have a little bit, maybe check out the website there, hit the QR code, maybe give a little bit to them because hey, let's and don't go with like you know leaving the children they are our future and all that good stuff. I don't want to start singing here, but it's a positive thing. New Orleans, it's a city of have and have nots. And if they can help some people that don't have as much to have a more positive life, that's a solid thing. I lived in New Orleans. My mom's whole side's there since the 1800s. My youngest daughter was, my only daughter. My youngest was born there, so I've been there and I've seen it. Good on you, Parker, for Hype Nola, them supporting you and you supporting them, and yeah, anything you want to say?
Uh, First, they're doing so much good out in New Orleans. So I definitely recommend you guys check them out, check their story out, see what they're about. And once you guys see what they're about, I guarantee that you're definitely going to get invested into it. So definitely, please, guys, go check them out.
Outstanding. I mean, here's the thing. Christmas is about giving. And if you want to feel better about yourself, it's not about what you have. It's about what you give and what you can do for people. And these people do things that are great for young children and change their lives. So if you can help change some people's lives, maybe consider giving a little bit to them. And like I said, take a little tax write-off. Nothing wrong with that. So I guess we got Apocalypse Coffee Roasters. What's up with that?
Man, just moved to Florida. They have two coffee shops in Florida. So and one's literally right down the road from the gym. So the guy originally started training at Killer Bees headquarters out in Florida. I met him when I was a kid when I first went there, and he was like, "Hey, you need to come try our coffee." And I was like, "I love coffee, so I will definitely be checking it out." So I went to check it out, and it by far has been the best coffee I have ever had. I've tried so much coffee, and by far it's the best. They have so many different flavors. They have tons of different roasts. I definitely love that coffee to death. I get like four per week. I go there after every like midday training and I'll get a coffee just like and chill. And a bunch of the gym guys go there, so we'll just sit and like chat about everything.
Yeah,
So
so if you're in the Space Coast, check them out. That's awesome. I mean, I think I've even heard Brandon talk about it a lot. Just like kind of the chilling time after the rolls, or just like the lions are kind of tired. There's like talking and stuff. That's where you can learn a lot of stuff. A funny thing actually in the Marine Corps, at the basic school, they have a bar in the barracks, if you will, area where they've been instructors. They encourage instructors to go after the day to go have a beer with with the students, to kind of learn from them, to kind of like tell those stories, the war stories, etc. Because I think people learn from that, and so like this young 17-year-old, a killer, got it, but some of those older guys want to give you some lessons, some sage wisdom, perhaps. Talking about sage wisdom, we got JB in there saying that the credits rolling before the movie started was something old Hollywood did back in the 50s, 60s, etc. I did not know that, but I mean, Quentin Tarantino's he's a student of history, so perhaps. So let's talk about. So tell me a little about American Grappling Federation. I've seen them all over the place. I mean, it seems like they're everywhere. But when I started grappling, a minute ago, I didn't know about them. But man, they're everywhere right now, and you are everywhere competing at their events. What's going on there?
they are one of the best. First, they're the best tournament, like just overall that I've done over the years. They're ran super well. They're super coordinated all the time, and they go everywhere. They go from West Coast all the way to East Coast. They go all across, and they're starting to branch out of country. So they're working on their Europe, like their European side over right now, and it is a super amazing grappling tournament. They've sponsored me since I was a orange belt. Yeah, since I was like a orange belt, orange black. And overall, it's a super super amazing tournament. And at the end of the year for those pro grapplers, if you're looking to make a little cash, they do have a pro division. You have to win a pro division, enter at anyone near you, and if you win the pro division, that's the qualifier into the 5 grand at the end of the year. And I competed in that a few weeks ago. I ended up not coming out with the decision I wanted, but happens. But so for those pro grapplers, if you're looking like for hard competition, you can see a lot of good. Underestimating guys in that division definitely is not that will definitely get you caught. The guys in there are super good. And obviously there's 5 grand at the end of the year. So if you're looking to make some money, there is an option there.
Well, 5 grand is all good and well, but you're now uh, a part of the PGF. You're in the fraternity. You want a qualifier. You're there. You're in the draft. I mean, yeah, I have a feeling you'll be drafted. We'll talk about it in a second, but I mean, you can get a whole lot more than 5 grand. If you start talking to fellow young man Hafa Fahea, the money bag man.
Oh
Uh,
man.
if you show out, you've seen it, I'm sure.
Oh
Those
yeah.
money bags can start flying at you. I think he made. I mean, he went for a pretty penny for in the draft. I think he made just as much just in money bags.
Yep, he did. He did. Trust me, I was paying attention. He made a good bit of money. There
Yeah,
are
Parker's.
definitely some guys in that draft that made more money than they should have made. One dude in specific. I'm not gonna call
Oh,
names,
oh,
but
wait a second. Hold on
but
now. Hold
but
on
we all
now.
know who it is.
Uh, I do not know. I do not know this. I have a 20-pound brain, but you just started talking a little bit of smack there. So you know, you, you know, finish the deal. I mean, if you're gonna call somebody out,
There's a guy that went for $6,600 in the draft, and he didn't score double digit points during that season when he should have. JJ Bowers, you should have done way better at 155 than you did. Let's be honest now.
okay, well, I yeah, you hear it here first, guys. The TV dinner calling out JJ Bowers. Watch your back, man. He likes to play. So let's see how that goes. Um, yeah, as the producer CJ says, "Oh snap!" So giddy up. So before we get to all the PGF stuff, I mean, the fact is, you have made the PGF draft, so you will be there February 4th. I will be there. I will in advance provide copies of my Excel spreadsheet to all the teams, so they don't overdraw their bank accounts like some 10th Planet guy did last year. So we'll try to help you with your math. And so obviously, Parker's going to be trying to go for as much as possible. So here's the fun thing. So I hope you know this. It's changed over the years. So season 5, you got what you were drafted for. That was actually your salary.
Mhm.
Then we started doing like some PGF bucks, and it was just about like everyone would get whatever they got, and but it wasn't real. Now it's real. So whatever you go for in the draft is your actual salary. So pardon me real quick. Make sure it's not the boss. Okay, we're good. Okay. I got you. You got your boss, the mom over there. I got you, and I got my boss, the wife over here, texting me somewhat. So it happens. It's okay. People understand. Um, freaking CJ. All right. So before we get to the PGF period and we think about it, the fact is, hey, you have a chance at some real money here, but also realistically, being on the PGF is a big commitment. For a number of seasons, we went just 1 week at a time. From seasons 2 through 7, it was just 1 week. Kind of easy for us guys that have W-2 jobs. We can take people can generally take a week off work. Now you're faced with 6 weeks if you make the playoffs. I mean, knock on wood, got some good feelings. But up to 6 weeks, maybe more, depending on if you want to go there before season, week 1. But 6 weeks in Vegas. How you plan on working that? I mean, I guess even before that, I'll say this: that's a lot to ask of anyone. That's a lot to ask of families, of competitors, of everyone. And even though the competitors are continually getting paid more, and the PGF believes in paying their folks and supporting them as much as they can, I know that Parker, you are looking for sponsorships for your PGF journey. And so I just want to give you a chance to talk about that. And CJ, you can take me off and let Parker. Well, as soon as he gets back on the screen, you can you let Parker talk about it, and feel free to put on the TV dinner. Oh, there we go. Good job, CJ. So tell us about your sponsorship opportunities for folks to support you in your journey with the PGF.
So I have a shirt coming out, obviously. You guys can see it on the screen now. And you guys will be able to sponsor me. I would appreciate it. Anybody's welcome to come sponsor me. And it's $175 to put anything on the back of my shirt. You could put like a logo, you could put your name, like whatever you want to put on the back of my shirt, as long as my momager is okay with it going on there.
The momager.
As long
Parker,
as momager is okay with it, then we'll basically allow anything.
I
But
love the momager. That's
this is I would greatly appreciate it if anybody reached out and wanted to sponsor me. I already have a few. Obviously, Hype Nola is one of them. Super amazing brand. Apocalypse Coffee is another one. First Roll Jiu Jitsu gear, and a couple more. that I'm gonna keep shouting out up until the draft, up until the season, and after it's over. So definitely DM me, email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
All right. So your plan is that you'll be wearing this shirt during your walkouts, and in any other events you can do, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, Chris Olivo was pretty famous for his walkouts. Last season. I think about David Evers' Quadzilla had some great walkouts in season 6, including the little quad peep show he did. Was pretty fun. But most importantly, talking about sponsorships, what do you think about putting an Egghead Scramble podcast logo on there?
I would love to do that. I would absolutely love that.
All right, it's done. You send me your Venmo or whatever the momager, however she wants to get the money. Let me know. Egghead's podcast, Scramble podcast, will be sponsoring you, so we'll get one of those spots. At least take one of those things for you. Okay.
Thank you.
CJ, stop saying I eat crayons. Burnt sienna is my favorite flavor because it has a little bit of smoky flavor. But we've all seen that video, I think. All right. So, all right. Just and again, just to throw it out there, just to make sure that we cover everything. Anthony, the Parker TV dinner, Salisbury is available for seminars if you want. He's always available. His mom will ship. Allegedly, his mom will ship him out anywhere. I'm not sure how that works with like kidnapping laws and stuff like that, but it's not for me to judge. He's not in my jurisdiction. I'm not worried about it. Okay, but enough with the preamble. The credits have rolled. We are ready for the actual talking about the PGF. And as soon as we say that, the camera goes flying. All right, very well. So, all right, let's go to the qualifier. Let's just go to qualifier first, then we'll go back to your background. But you went to Auburn, War Eagle. You're not from Auburn. You're not from Alabama.
Nope.
How'd you end up? What's going on there? What got you, what got you that qualifier?
Okay, so I told my mom we're gonna do 3 out of the 6 qualifiers that they have going on, and I told them I was like, "Hey, I love Matt Elkins. I love the Twisters." I was like, "They bring that action all season long. They bring the action." I was like, "I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna prove why I should be on the PGF season this season, season 9." And that's exactly what I did. I went out, showed out, got a couple Elbow Genie points, and we were actually moving from Oklahoma to Florida in the middle of that. So we literally stopped in Oklahoma, started driving back, no training, just drove, and we stopped in Auburn, and I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I don't care what the result is. I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna prove like why I should be here. And I ended up winning the whole thing just because I was like, I was out there having fun. That was the biggest thing. I was just out there like doing me.
No, that's amazing. So that's wild. You're like cross country traveling. CJ and I have done that multiple times together, and you're just like, you know what, Mom, let's just stop and let's let's like win this thing. And I love the fact you said, I'll do 3. Oh, I guess I just have to do 1 because I'm gonna win the damn thing. That's pretty badass, young man. So I love the fact that you love the Twisters energy. I guess we should talk about this now. I mean, obviously, we have the Alabama Twisters, we have the Philly Phenoms, and the first franchise of the PGF, we have um, the momager hopping in there saying, "Win the first one, so we don't have to travel anymore." Okay, got it, noted. Yeah, I feel you. The odometer from my car from driving my kids around to different sporting events, it's hurting. But we get back to it. So we, obviously we have the Alabama Twisters, which you show the Twisters up energy for sure. You have the Philly Phenoms, and I think you'd have a lot of fun with them too. Lauren Barone was on here, and she's amazing, and I love what they're doing up there in Philly. I mean, obviously Kevin Lucas and Travis Thomas, the Mantis, and the Las Vegas Kings. I mean, man, they're bringing in people to teach you everything. And Kevin Lucas is his vision is phenomenal. So I guess knowing all those franchises and perhaps another to be named later, Colorado Wolverines, perhaps um, out there. Which team do you want to be on?
Uh, I don't think there's a specific one, but out of the one coach that I do know so far, Chris Olivo for the Philadelphia Phenoms, his game does match up with mine very well. So I think him coaching me for the season could be really good for that team. But also, I've trained with Travis and I know he can show me some pretty slick things. So honestly, anybody that is willing to take me, if you pay the price for me, I'm going, obviously. But as I can let you guys know now, whatever you pay for me, I'm going to be worth it. I am going to bring the heat, bring the action, and score points for you guys. And I am very versatile. Now, it doesn't seem that way in PGF. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like I only get breaks, but I am really good at getting the back. I'm really good at getting the back. I can wrestle. I pull guard. I can do everything there is to do. I'm a very versatile person, so whatever you need me to do, and I'm coachable. That is the biggest thing. I am coachable. Some of these athletes on the season are not coachable, and
Oh,
you just can't. What you can't really do a whole lot with that. If you're
can't teach it.
coachable though, it's super easy to like especially having 5 weeks there, it's so easy to help you out every week if you just listen to the coach.
So he's saying the old dogs can't learn new tricks, but the 17-year-old phenom here, perhaps phenom in the future, could learn a whole lot and is adaptable and is moldable. With a lot of coaches, that's kind of a big thing. It's like they want that coachability. So I like the fact that you're talking about that. I mean, obviously Chris Olivo, owner of Potential Jiu Jitsu in Las Vegas, um, he's amazing. For sure. I mean, I love the fact of his of a few factors for him. He's both a hardcore competitor. I mean, he was just breaking people left and right last season, but he also knew how to market himself, and I believe he's going to teach his team how to market themselves as well and to market the team, because it's both. Because you need people to want to care about you as well as winning, and if you do both, there you go. Um, so I like where your head's at. Obviously, the momager is doing a good job making sure that you know that you'll play wherever you are paid to go. So that's important. I like the fact that you've already called out people for being overpaid, and you say you're gonna, you pay off. But to be fair, I mean, obviously we saw you sit guard. You did a very much a Jet Thompson, a former training partner type of game where you sit guard and you just go after some legs. But a qualifier is a different situation than the season. Uh, so how many seasons have you watched?
I have watched I've watched season 6 and up. I did watch the season with another Oklahoma person, Hunter Colvin, that has been on PGF. I did watch that season also.
Season
That was
two,
yeah, season 2. He was a monster that season.
yes,
So I
sir.
watched season 2 and then every season past season 6. So I
Okay,
am very familiar with the PGF rule set and how everything works there.
okay, and so that that goes to the point that like when Parker says he's versatile, the mission at a qualifier is just to win. Get us up however you can, as quickly as you can, save your energy, and keep going. Right,
Yep,
and that makes sense. I
exactly.
mean, get your breaks however you can. But obviously, when we get to the PGF, now okay, you got 15 matches over 5 weeks, and it's about racking up the points, and so you get that strategy. You might have heard, maybe I'll pimp out my own podcast here. Elijah Carlton, guy's got a little bit of experience in this stuff. He was on the podcast last week, talked a little bit about
Yep.
that strategy. I mean, obviously, the strategy is a little bit different when you get to the season, right?
Yep. It is slightly different. And I know whatever team I'm going to be on, there is going to be an experienced player on each team at least. So I know that I will get to at least learn from some experienced people that I think that would be one of the advantages of getting on like his team or getting on a team like the Las Vegas Kings. One of those teams where they have those people that have been on multiple seasons and they understand how it works. That I think is a huge help, being able to like utilize those guys that have been on the seasons.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, at the same point, remember, as you already pointed out, the Philly Phenoms also have Chris Olivo there as the coach, and he's been on multiple seasons. So I think you can learn from any of those guys. Obviously, as you pointed out, the Alabama Twisters, where you showed off and showed out, if you will, have both Elijah Carlton and Kevin Buring. And Kevin Buring premiered in season 3 as a baby blue belt, kind of like yourself, which is breaking people's legs left and right. I think he'd be a good person to learn from as well. Just kind of on that same journey, just a few years ahead of you. So let's. Pardon me, I was just checking out the chat here. Got in insanity 7941 says Parker going to run through the PGF. So watch out. You got some fans out there already. That's good stuff. So let's talk about yourself a little bit more. So my kids have lived all over the country, but because of the military, but you also have as well. So let's just go back to your journey. Where'd you start jujitsu, and let's just take us through the path of the TV dinner.
I originally started jiu-jitsu out in California. I started when I was like 8 years old. That's when I started. And I wasn't training competitively at that time. I was kind of just doing it for fun, for like, because I didn't like any other sport. So I started doing jiu-jitsu and I enjoyed it a ton. But then my parents found other better business opportunities over in Oklahoma. So we started to move, and that's where I found like that's when I realized I was like, okay, now I kind of want to start doing this and like competing. And the first person that introduced me to that was Jet. He kind of told me, he was like, okay, if we're gonna be friends, you have to compete. He was like, there's no question about that. Like, either if you don't sign up, I'm gonna sign you up. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm competing. And that's just kind of where like had a few rough tournaments, and then he started like helping me, and that's where we just started like together, just going up, just skyrocketing from that point on. And then obviously a few years later, like roughly I think like 8 or 9 years later, now I am in Florida permanently. I am in Florida for quite a while, and I train out of Killer Bees HQ in Melbourne, Florida. Training with a couple other people down in Miami that I like to go hit up every once in a while. So definitely, anybody that invites me to come train, I'm definitely going to try and come train like as much as I can.
So you're on the Space Coast now, right?
Yep, Space Coast.
Very nice. I hit you up a little bit in the Instagram, but I know a friend of mine that and Marine veteran Michael Cragholm, watches my content. He's a black belt, and he's the founder of Grapple App .io. He's also in the Space Coast, and so I'm going to try to link you guys up. He's a sponsor of the Twisters, the team whose qualifier you won. So should you land on his team. Or maybe not. Maybe even regardless, maybe he might be another chance at another one of those sponsorships. We'll see. But so let's go back to Jet a little bit and good old Oklahoma. You've moved, so you're no longer an Okie from Muskogee. Got it. Um, so in Oklahoma. So how many people gave you or have talked about the Little Grapplers episode with you?
I've had quite a few people talk about the Little Grapplers episode. There we
Yes.
are actually at one point we are gonna plan to do a version 2 at some point and do like a grown episode at some point. So we're gonna try and get that going like sometime.
So we're not going to show the videos, but if you all have a chance, just do a little bit of Google on the YouTube of like the little grapplers, Jet and Parker. Mac Loves You did an amazing documentary of the two of them, and it was amazing. And I've been I've been anticipating seeing you in the PGF, to be very honest, because when I started researching Jet before season 6, that was one of the few things I found of him, and I saw you right there, and I had a feeling that you'd be right there. But so you're about a year younger than him, right?
I'm a year and 5 days younger than him. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that makes sense. So you're 17, and hey, but that's fair because about a year ago is when 17-year-old Jet Thompson took the PGF by storm in PGF season 6, and he did that same type of thing. He sat guard, he grabbed people's legs, and he broke world class competitor black belts. I mean, like literally, I'll tell you right now, he ended multiple guys' seasons with that stuff with the same techniques I saw you using. So we know you have that in your arsenal, Parker. You're not going to surprise me. Maybe the competitors. I mean, believe it or not, I have no idea how competitive jujitsu athletes don't watch jujitsu, but I keep hearing they don't.
I don't know how they don't. It's so much fun like studying another guy and be able to really watch him and be like, okay, now this is what this guy is good at, this is what he's not good at. And honestly, I've already started that for this season. I already know a few people that are on this season, and
Nope.
I've already started studying. I've watched the previous seasons for the guys. I've watched a couple matches. I've faced a couple of the guys that are on the season, looking to get a couple of those wins back. But I am already studying for this season, making sure that I'm ready and prepared for it.
All right, so you heard it here first that Parker, the TV dinner, is all about the tape study, which, like, honestly, like you said, he's coachable. He actually prepares. He studies. I mean, this is your professional athlete at 17-year-old. Come on, guys. This is somebody you can mold. This is somebody who can be part of your franchise for years to come. Um, and you know what? Kind of thinking about that. You trained with a guy that's a PGF champion for quite a few years. I know that when I train with guys in the gym for a long time, they kind of figure out my game and they have ways of beating me. Are you that kryptonite for one, Jet Thompson?
I don't know. I mean, we'll probably have a good scrap. Well, you guys will have to wait and see for that match. If we do have the match during the season, if not, you'll have to wait till playoffs because I can guarantee you that we are both going to make it to those playoffs. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So my producer CJ put on that little QR code for the little grapplers episode by Matt Copland. I truly enjoyed it. It's really it's some pure wholesome great stuff and gives you some nice little background about these guys. That was I think it was put out about 2 years ago. Good stuff. Obviously they're now men or nearly men. Sorry, brother, you're not 18 yet. um, but that's kind of a fun thing. So that's a question about the draft. Did the phenoms or the twisters take you because you might be that kryptonite for Jet because you know him, you know his ways, you can teach guys how to get out of his stuff? Or did the Kings, did they snap you up because like no, these are our youngsters, these are our you know uh, young guns that will take everyone out, and you all just start breaking people together. Um, I like it. And JB says you're putting in that work, and that's just that. Hey, that's recognition, man. Like I said, it's blown my mind interviewing PGF competitors over the years. How many people guys do not watch jujitsu and don't do tape study? Some people say, hey, I want to do my thing. And they let their coach do it. Okay, I'll give you like a half pass for that one. But the fact that you actually do it yourself, that means something. That means you're a professional or you're ready to be one. And you know, it's gonna happen very soon here. So, all right. So you're in Florida. So you're 17. Are you a senior? Do you homeschool? What's going on there?
Uh, I'm homeschooled right now.
Okay. So is this your last year? Are you gonna be? I don't know how homeschool works. Are you gonna graduate?
Yeah, this is my last year at homeschool, and then I'm done. I can find after I'm done with homeschool, I can be a true professional grappler.
So that's the plan. I mean, obviously, you already have the you're going to do tape study. You're competing all the time, and so that's your goal, at least at first, right? Is to put your head in the ring and say, "Hey, I'm going to make this a thing." Is that right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. And so the mom manager, she's all about that as well. She supports that.
She does support that. Yeah, that's like her second biggest thing. That's number two.
What's number one then?
Number one, obviously, I want to go and move like somewhere where I can train with the best guys in the world. Her number one thing before doing anything like that, before going anywhere, is black belt. Black belt's gotta come first. And then like roughly at the same time as that, like done with school, and then we get to kind of like travel anywhere and train everywhere.
Okay. And pardon me, just because like sometimes the websites aren't up to snuff. Are you a brown belt right now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. So
But
oh,
as we do know by IBJJF, if I do go in, if I get my brown belt next year, if we gotta watch out during the season, we might got a little something going on, possibly. I don't know yet. But if I do go win Gi Worlds, get my black belt, and then I win no Gi Worlds, that is possible, and then I become a black belt. Because after you win Gi Worlds at brown belt, the time to become a black belt irrelevant. You don't have to wait that 1 year as a brown belt. So I can just get promoted instantly, possibly. So
okay.
we could see me get a black belt next year.
All right. So within 1 year, you go from purple to black.
Yep, it is possible.
Okay. So I don't do IBJJF, and because I can't do math with points and stuff like that. That's a joke. Actually, I have a minor in math, but I just don't mess with that stuff. So all that stuff is voodoo to me. But that's wild that you get a black belt within 1 year of being a purple belt. But I love it. Hey, all good. I like where your head's at. Um, so yes, the PGF. What drew you to the? I mean, obviously you saw Hunter Colvin season two because you're a fellow Oklahoman at the time. Um, is just that affinity with Oklahomans that brought you there, or I mean, you've done qualifiers for multiple seasons in the past, even ones where you're way too small. But I love the fact that you did it. What like gave you the drive to be part of the PGF?
The biggest thing is I think originally seeing those guys that are blue belts, like the 17, 16 year olds going out and like being able to compete at that pro level, that's when it hit me. Like I think the first time it was like seeing Jet, it was like, okay, he told me, he told me because I'm his best friend. He was like, yo, I want to be on PGF. You need to go do this qualifier and try and get on. I was like, I was 15 at the time. I was like, okay, I guess. So I was like, I'm gonna go try. And I went out and I tried it. And I won 2 matches, lost 2 matches, ended up losing in the other bracket, the drop down. And I ended up performing pretty good. And then he was like, okay, he texted me, he was like, good job. We'll just work on it for the next time. And then I saw 205 and I was like, I was like, should I be doing 205? Probably not. I'm way too undersized for this. But in my mind, I was like, the biggest thing is I need to go get I need to get Brandon. I need to get in front of Brandon BMAC.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
I need to get in front of him so he can see what I'm about. And I got in front of him. I ended up doing the same, won 2 matches, lost 2. And then And then he was like, okay. And then obviously, third time's the charm. We ended up coming to Auburn and just 5-0, all subs.
Yeah, speaking about questionable choices, that PGF 7 qualifier, uh, your hair was quite lighter. Um, what did you like? Just like trip and fall on a ball of peroxide? What happened there?
Uh,
The mom
that
managers
yeah,
probably agree with me.
that one was a questionable decision, but I was like, okay, hey. Originally, we were going for purple because I just got my purple belt, and then purple didn't turn out well, so we went blue. It was too blue, so we just decided to go. We decided to just wash it all out and go blonde. And then I was like, oh man, I'm stuck with blonde for like a while because we already bleached my hair. So I was like, okay, I guess we're stuck with that. I
That's
wouldn't I
awesome.
wouldn't be opposed going back to it though. I wouldn't be opposed.
Don't you, brother? You looked a little goofy. Granted, you're a 16-year-old probably at the time, but and we all look goofy at 16. But brother, don't go blonde again. So JB asks, do you want to move to Vegas and live and train there? So I guess he's maybe asking, like, is once you get your black belt, you get to train where the best people are. I mean, there's a few meccas. I mean, to be fair, JB, I mean, obviously there's Austin. Uh, okay, at least put a apostrophe in there, CJ. But and capitalize Marine, fool. But so Austin, obviously, B Team, Kingsway, a whole lot of the killers all over the place there. San Diego, where I live or I'm close to, has just amazing jiu-jitsu everywhere here. And Vegas seems to be, it's been great. I mean, obviously we see all kinds of crazy gyms being part of the PGF, and obviously it's both where fights happening, where PGF happening, and got great gyms. So I guess JB's asking, is Vegas the move? Is that where you're going to end up, or what do you think?
Honestly, I think we're keeping our eyes on either Austin or Vegas. I'm I'm wanting to learn more like heavy top pressure, and I mean the Tackett brothers. They are really good at that and good at wrestling. So I wouldn't be opposed to moving to Vegas once I get my black belt and training with them because Andrew has moved to Vegas now. So I
Oh,
wouldn't be
okay.
opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to training with Andrew Tackett down there.
you know, Obviously also the PGF season 6 winner, Andy Varela is kind of good at that top pressure and the passing too, of him pulling out
Yes.
in Las Vegas, and all of his guys are. I just watched one of their guys almost win the Pasadena qualifier, and he's been amazing at it too. I'm it's just saying, like, hey, but here's the thing: you're going to be in Vegas for 6 weeks. I'm going to say six because I have a feeling, and maybe more if you're there beforehand to train ahead of time. I have a feeling you'll get a chance to cross train and to see what it's all about, and maybe that will be the place for you. So yeah, I mean, what should the people know about you, man? I mean, let's open the floor to you. We've been going for a bit. I like to try to keep it kind of close to 30 minutes, but I've been on a little bit of soliloquy a couple times. But what else you got, Parker? What else should people know? I mean, this is your chance. Here's the point, guys. Parker is on the auction blocks. He will be a part of the draft on February 4th, and so one lucky team is going to get him if they're smart enough. So why should they, Parker?
Honestly, the biggest reason why you should pick me in the draft is like if you watched the last season, the Twisters, Rafael Fajeda, that is the kind of energy and the submission attacks that I'm going to be bringing this season. I'm going to constantly be attacking, making sure that I am always going forward, and I'm going to be There is another person on one of the previous seasons, Hanato Canuto. 2 seasons. One as coach, one as a competitor. We did see him hit some high flyers that on his season. So while I'm in Vegas, I definitely will be hitting him up for some of those high flyer submissions, looking for those money bags.
So the point is this: Parker knows the mission. He knows it's all about bringing the fight every second. He's not going to hold back. He's not going to let people relax. He's going to come after his opponent the whole time. And the fact is, he knows it's all about the show. It's all about the points. It's all about making the fans. And I have a feeling that Parker, the TV dinner, as Matt Elkins, dubbed him. And I love the fact that you've adopted it so well. Um, I have a feeling he's going to make it happen. I mean, right now, guys, you have a chance if you're one of the franchises. I'm talking to you, Lauren and Kevin and Matt and the Notorious Nine. You have a chance here to get a young Jet Thompson essentially, but before he's known, before he's broken off all the competitive black belts and into their seasons. Um, so sorry, guys, Jet's already taken. I saw some sneakiness happening between the franchises trying to get him after the finale last season. I talked to Lauren about that a little bit, but he's off. He's spoken for. But now you have another chance. A former Okie uh, that has similar game and some great stuff here. So I'm telling you right now, guys, all you PGF fans, Parker is going to be a star. The fact that he's coachable, the fact that he's you know a fan of the PGF himself. He knows the game. He knows the rule set. He knows not to get a damn stalling call. I mean, there should be a prop bet itself. It's like we had a little joke about prop betting and whether Hoffa would ever get a stalling call. No, never. I don't think Parker will either. You're going to be fun, and I've already put one. Well, as soon as the momager sends me the info, I will put my money where my mouth is, and I will be a sponsor. But everyone out there that wants to have a chance of sponsoring somebody, a young star, hop on there, get a hold of TV Dinner BJJ or at TV Dinner BJJ on Instagram. Reach out to the man who will put you in contact with the momager, I guess, and we'll figure it out. Let's get him supported, and let's get behind him. I love your story. I love your journey. Check out the Little Grapplers. Um, it's heartwarming. I swear to God, it's really good stuff. All right, last chance for JB or whoever are in the chat to ask you. Last chance for any question. I'll stall for like a second to give JB or others a chance to ask anything. But otherwise, man, JB, you're gonna love this, brother. I'll just say it, and people used to make fun of me while I was on the PGF Insiders for saying this all the time, but you're gonna feel it. I'm sure Des told you, but everyone in the PGF wants to make you shine. The commentators, Stephen Aiken, the announcer, Raph and Tim, our pre and post shows guys, Alex Windling, our sideline reporter, Conscious Keelan, Isaac Stackhouse, our producers in the background, all the camera guys, the refs, everyone is honestly there for you. You put essentially your life on the line. Every day for us to put on a show. And we're going to do our damnedest to give you as much shine as possible and to give you the best opportunity to become that professional grappler that you want to be. Because we believe in you. We appreciate you. And I thank you for being part of the PGF and for being on this podcast.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. If you'll hop on, we're gonna take you off, put you in the green room for a second. I'll talk to you a second offline, but I'm gonna close this up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you in a second. All right, guys. Hey, I'm sorry we were a couple minutes late. Dude was on a plane. It happens. But I think we learned a lot. I think we had a lot of fun. We learned a little bit about the TV dinner, and appreciate JB and all the other folks in here for being a part of the Egghead Scramble podcast. Hey, we don't all have 20-pound brains, but I'm going to help you make up for that. So see us next week. I'll hold on before you get to the outro, CJ. Just a heads up. Hopefully you've been seeing him on the Instagram, but Substats is going to be a partner of the Egghead Scramble podcast and Egghead Warrior. So I'm going to partner up with Substats. He's a super analytics guy. I'm a nerd, but he actually does it for a living. So we're going to partner up, and so we're going to get a show with him next week. It probably won't be Friday. It'll probably be beforehand. I'm going to look for getting Travis on here, the Jiu-Jitsu qualifier winner. And let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Egghead Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ. All right, Egghead Jiu-Jitsu. Pardon me. Going a little long here. Anyways, so guys, we'll talk later. Love you all. See you soon.